We then verbally and mentally assaulted each person in the audience until they left the room. What is happening, Roadies? Welcome back to this special edition of Roadie Free Radio here. We've got readings every week from this book right here, Hell on Wheels, a Tour Stories compilation by Mr. Greg Jacobs. Every Friday, I drop a new story out of this book, reading them to you, sharing them with you, some random fun stories out of the 90s from some great bands. This week, we've got Butthole Surfers. Butthole Surfers. Great stuff here, man. Of course, I've got to give a shout out to our sponsor of this series, One of One Productions, the place to go for your podcast needs. They have everything from storage solutions, recording interfaces, microphones, all kinds of great stuff. Use the link in the description, and when you check out, use the code ROADIEFREE. I am using the Lewitt LCT 440 Pure for this special series, provided by them, and I think it's doing a pretty fantastic job. If you like what you hear, let me know. Hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and I will check in with you and see what we've got to say. So here we go. Butthole Surfers, as told by King Coffee, the drummer. Well, here's my half anecdote before going into the full anecdote. The oddest period of our touring periods was when we were touring with Kathleen, who was our performance artist. She would perform virtually naked while we played, with white paint over her body and silver tinfoil on her teeth. She was a highly spiritual woman who was really into religion. But the thing is, she was inventing her own religion as she marched along. Part of it included 1 year of not speaking. Whenever she had to communicate, she would write stuff down on a piece of paper. One time, I asked her, "Kathleen, can you tell me why you are not speaking anymore?" And she paused, and she paused, and she paused, and finally, she wrote down on a piece of paper, "Well, it's hard to say." That's my half anecdote. My full anecdote of the weirdest bill I recall was in Stuvengart, Norway. It was when we had Kramer in the band. We were scheduled to play in Stuvengart, Norway. We were billed as being shockabilly because of Kramer, and for some inexplicable reason, shockabilly are really popular in Norway. So when we showed up and it was just the Butthole Surfers, everybody was disappointed. They were saying, delivered in a bad Norwegian German accent, "Where's shockabilly? Kramer, is this your new band?" He said, no, this is a band from Texas. I'm just playing with them now, blah, blah, blah. They're really good, though. You'll like them. By the time we hit the stage, it's in front of like 20 people, because by then everybody wanted their money back because it wasn't shockabilly. So there are 20 people in this room, and they all look like they play for that band, Aha, right? They stood in the back corner of the room with arms folded. We began to play a song, but then we realized that the whole thing was completely ludicrous. So then we began making noise, just straight ahead noise. We refused to play music. We then verbally and mentally assaulted each member of the audience until they left the room. Finally, when we got everybody to leave the room, we played the songs to amuse ourselves. If somebody tried to creep back in, we would then start making noise again and assault the people some more, both with words and eventually bottles and stuff. We intentionally drove everyone out of the room and played a set for no people. There was also the time we played for people in Seattle, and we actually outnumbered the people in the audience. We again had realized how ludicrous the situation was, so we encouraged all 4 people to come up to the stage, and we introduced the audience to themselves. "What's your name?" "Joe." "Okay." "What's your name?" "Mary." "Okay, Joe, meet Mary." That was the first tour back in 1983. That's it. Another short one, man. Butthole Surfers wrapping it up this week. Stay tuned next week. We got Cadillac Tramps coming up. Don't forget, if you want to pick up this book, you can do so by following the Amazon link below in the description, or you can wait till spring of 2022 when University of Hell Press puts out a new version of that book with updated stories, new stories, all kinds of fun stuff. I don't know, man. I'd get it now and get it then. Why not own 2 copies? Who wouldn't want 2 copies? Again, big shout out to One of One Productions for sponsoring this series. And remember, again, if you want to support a crew member out there on the road who's working their tails off right now, you can do so by heading over to roadiefreeradio.com, clicking that merch button, picking yourself up a button, a sticker, a magnet, whatever we have in the store, and a portion of those proceeds will go to either musiccares.org or roadiecare.com. So thank you so much for tuning into this thing. I'll see you next Friday with another great story. Stay warm out there, man. Fall is here. Just a few short weeks till we hit Thanksgiving. I can't believe it, man. This is just happening. Anyway, I love you. You guys be well. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you down the road.